Welcome to the last day of our challenge. Great job for just making it here. Today we're going to continue on with our Virabhadrasana flow. So flowing with the warrior Virabhadra. And it'll also be a little bit creative too for our last one. So we're going to get started in child's pose, just like we did yesterday. Knees wide, feet together. And just like we did yesterday, walk your hands over to the right. Put your left hand on top of your right hand and breathe into the left side of your body. Walk your hands all the way over to the left, right hand on top of left hand, side body stretch for the right side body. Then walk your hands back to center. Walk the hands up, keeping the knees wide. And you can do cat-cows from here on your own, or you can go into tabletop and do cat-cows. Just a couple more rounds, warming up the spine and the neck. And then make your way into table if you're not there already. Turn your hands around so your fingers face your knees. Do a little wrist warm up, tuck your toes, shift front to back. So we get to stretch the toes and the bottoms of the feet and the wrists and forearms. And at the same time, find your breath. Maybe you like to do Ujjayi breath for your practice, or just a nice deep, slow breath. Tuning in, dropping in. Turn the hands back around so the fingers face forward. And lift your knees and hips for down dog. Pedal out your legs. Invite the sensation into the body. Maybe you shake out your head. And walk your feet up to your hands. And take any fold that feels good, whether that's a rag doll or you want to wrap your arms around your ankles. Just kind of depends on how much you've moved today already. Do what feels good for a couple more breaths. And then release your arms and slowly make your way up to stand. Roll the shoulders back and down. Reach your arms up. And cactus your arms and back bend by squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, looking up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. The hands come down to the ground. Lift up halfway. Step your left leg all the way back into low lunge. Your right leg is forward. And put your left knee down on the ground. Then bring your left foot over to the right. So just make sure you're bringing the left foot to the right. You keep the knee where it is. Then you bend into your right knee. And so it's like you're kind of like in a warrior two legs, but your left knee is on the ground. Then keep your right foot toes pointing forward and walk your hands all the way to the left side. And let your head bow down, keeping the right knee somewhat pointed to the front of the mat. So we get this nice side stretch through the right side body, and maybe you're feeling this in your hips, pelvis. Then bring your right hand inside of your right foot and sweep your left arm over your ear like you're in a side angle pose on your knee. And if you bend deeper into your right knee and shift all your weight forward, it takes the pressure off your left knee and just helps the angle get a little deeper so you can get more length through both sides of the body. Now, keep your legs how they are. Rise your arms up and your torso up so your arms are wide like gate pose. Bring your left hand to the back of the mat and lift your right leg up so it's like you're doing half moon on your left knee. We're kind of at the back of the mat now. Bend your right knee so the toes point And then your knee reaches back, just like we did yesterday if you did the Chapasana variation of half moon. Then reach back and grab onto your foot. Kick back. Everything's optional. Now re-extend your leg. Put your right foot down. Now we're going to turn and face the back of the mat. So your hands are on the ground, your right leg's extended, and your left knee is down. Lift your left knee up. Extend your left leg back, put your foot down, and then lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the right leg back out. Step your right foot between your hands so you're in a low lunge. Reach your right arm up to twist. Stay on your left fingertips. And as you straighten your right leg, bring your right arm back behind you, down and towards your right foot, like in a circle. Then re-bend your right knee as you sweep your arm forward and up. And then straighten the right leg as the right arm comes back down. So you're making circles with your arm and bending and straightening your right leg. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just getting some movement into the body. And the next time the leg is straight and the arm is down, stay there. You can fold over your right leg now in a modified pyramid. Then bend your right knee into low lunge, plant your hands, step back into plank, and flow through chaturanga if you'd like. Up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Look towards the front of the mat, step or hop forward, lift up halfway, and fold forward. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, fold right back down. Lift up halfway. Step your right leg back into low lunge. Put your right knee down. Bring the right foot over to the left. And I'm just going to turn so that you can see the front of my body. So right foot over to the left. Keep your left knee bent. Walk your hands over to the right and down. You're on your fingertips. All right, put your left hand back inside of your left foot and come into a side angle as your weight shifts forward. And then rise up. Put your right hand down, lift your left leg up into half moon. Bend your left knee, bring your foot back behind you. And reach back and grab onto your foot. Kick into your hand. And if you're not grabbing the foot, just keep it extended. And if you're kicking into the hand, you're really back bending by drawing the shoulder blades together on your back. Re-extend your left leg and put your left foot down, put your left hand down, face the back of the mat, lift your right knee up, extend your right leg back into plank, three-legged dog, lift your left leg up, inhale, exhale, step your left foot between your hands, keep the right fingertips down, reach your left arm up. And then as you straighten your left leg, your left hand goes down by your side. And then inhale, your left arm sweeps up, left leg straightens, arm down. Keep going like that a few times. Now when the leg is straight, keep it like that and fold for a modified pyramid. Bend your left knee into low lunge, step back into plank, flow through your vinyasa, however you'd like to do that. And back to down dog. From down dog. So now we're facing the original front of the mat. Lift your right leg up, step your right foot between your hands, and rise up to warrior one. Palms together if you can. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back to one-legged plank and come up onto your left fingertips and then reach your left arm forward. If this feels easy-ish, bring your elbow and knee together, squeeze, and re-extend. Just one more time. squeeze. You could also just hold and then re-extend. So this is awkward plank. You could always hold that instead. And put your hand and foot back down and downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Sorry, lift your left leg up, wrong side. Step your left foot between your hands. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms up, palms together. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Step back into one-legged plank. Come up onto your right fingertips, reach your right arm forward. Either stay there or elbow to knee and extend, elbow to knee, extend, hand and foot back down, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, step your foot between your hands, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Inhale, triangle on your exhale, just for a breath. So we did this yesterday, and now half moon, just like we did yesterday. Option to bend the knee, grab onto the foot for Chapasana. Re-extend the leg. Slowly step back to warrior 2. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands down. And lift your left leg up for standing splits. Let's take Shiva squat. Left knee down towards the right ankle. Maybe no hands. Hold. Instead of doing multiple Shiva squats, we're holding one. And if you want to grab onto your outer left foot and maybe extend your leg out to the side, and get lower, you can. And then we'll come back up to standing splits. Step back to low lunge. Plant the left hand, lift the right arm up. Roll onto the outer edges of the feet. Step into side plank. Come into plank. Chaturanga if you'd like. Upward facing or cobra. And downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Step your foot between your hands. Virabhadrasana 2. So Virabhadra is pointing his sword. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Triangle pose. Half moon. Option for Chapasana. Re-extend. Warrior 2. Flip your left palm to reverse. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Low lunge. Standing split so your right leg lifts up. Right knee to left ankle for a Shiva squat. So you might stay. You might lift your hands. You might grab onto the outer edge of your left foot from the top of the foot. Lock out the leg to the left and maybe get low. You could put your fingertips down or not. This is baby grasshopper, which we've done before. And then we'll go back to standing splits. Right leg up. Step back to low lunge. Stay here. Plant down through your right hand and lift your left arm up. Then roll onto the outer edges of your feet. Step to side plank, Vashisthasana. Come into plank. And maybe you choose to flow through your Vinyasa or you just go to down dog. Sometimes it's good to skip them. You don't have to do Chaturanga all the time. Not even because you're tired, but maybe you just don't feel like doing it. All right, one more standing flow. Lift your right leg up and step your right foot between your hands. Now rise up to high lunge. Reach your arms forward, lean forward, and we come into warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So Virabhadra is actually moving his sword forward now, drawing the sword into his enemy as we knit the ribs in. Then bring your hands down, keep your left fingertips down, reach your right arm up. So we're coming to a revolved half moon. which is also essentially revolved warrior three, because you're in warrior three, but you're twisting. And bring your hands back down to the ground. Step your back leg back so you're in high lunge. Reach your arms up. Cactus your arms, back bend. And reach your arms back up. Now, take your arms out wide. Wrap your left arm under your right arm for eagle arms. Lean forward, and we're coming into warrior three again. Slowly step back to high lunge, keeping eagle arms, maybe a back bend here. Unwind your arms, reach them up. Inhale, exhale, hands to the ground. Step back into plank. Lower onto your forearms, palms flat. Walk your feet in for dolphin. For 3, 2, 1, walk it back to a forearm plank. Rise back onto your hands and downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands and rise up to high lunge. Now, from high lunge, reach your arms forward, lean forward, shift forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Option to bring the hands together. Try not to dump in the low back, so you're kind of actively engaging the core and bringing the ribs in. Then bring your hands to the ground, maintain, keep that right leg lifted, because oftentimes it'll start to drop for people. Keep the right fingertips down, lift your left arm up, revolved half moon. Can you rotate your chest open more, a little bit more to the left? And then bring your left hand down and supported warrior 3 for a moment. And slowly step back to high lunge. We reach the arms up, cactus, and back bend. Reach the arms up again. Take your arms wide. Right arm under left for eagle arms. Start to lean forward. So before you go anywhere, firm up your back thigh. Then lift your back leg up. Keep eagle arms. Slowly step back to high lunge, maybe a back bend. And then release your arms, reach them up, almost there. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Step to plank. Lower down onto the forearms. Walk the feet in for dolphin. And if you want to play with hopping, or you would start with lifting one leg, you can. Just like yesterday, maybe little hops. And then play with the other leg. Always good to do both legs. One will feel harder, one will feel more natural. One more hop. Step it back to a forearm plank. Lower your hips down. Sphinx pose. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips. Press up to high plank and down dog. Let's make our way to a seat. Hands wide. Hop through. And come all the way onto your back. Knees into your chest. And rock side to side. Place your feet down on the ground. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Your arms could go overhead. When you're ready, extend your legs long for a well-deserved Shavasana. Get comfortable. Shimmy your shoulders together. Close the eyes. Take up space with your legs and your arms. You've accomplished so much. 20 minutes a day seems short, but it's actually a lot to do every day in a row. And maybe you didn't do it all in a row. Maybe you skipped some days, but you completed it nonetheless. And that's all that matters. 30 days of strong yoga. Your body is a warrior. The mind like a monk. Unstoppable. Let yourself rest for a few moments here in silence, soaking up all that you've done and all there is to come. Bring your awareness to your breath and take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up the belly. Then open mouth exhale. Bend your knees. Make your way up to a seat. Thank you so much for trusting me to guide you through your practice. And most importantly, thank yourself for putting in the work, putting in the effort so that you can be the best version of you. I hope that we can continue practicing together and moving together. And I'll see you next time. Let's bring the palms together at our heart and let's bow in gratitude for this practice.